understand that. It's crazy. I don't know how people don't understand that. Like, as soon as I get an appointment in my calendar, as soon as it hits, I call them and be like, hey, my name is JD. I saw your appointment. I saw your car. I'll see you here tomorrow. If your car's dirty, don't worry about it. We'll wash it. You know, whatever. Like, it's all about the customers. And people don't understand that. They think it's just give me your money. I'll tint your window and have a nice day.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Born to Tint Podcast. Flying solo today. Had a great conversation with JD from Tint Haus in Southern California. Check it out. Me, my brother, and my sister. Oh, okay. Technically, if you wanted to get on technical terms, my parents do still right now, but they don't participate in the company at all.
Oh, okay.
We're on a nice, slow, interest-free buyout at the moment. They catch a paycheck every week, and then we have the date set when that hits that term, gets signed over to us.
Okay. I think that's what I'm going to try to do with my business partner too. As soon as I turn 50, 7 more years. Same thing. Just cash me out until you give me whatever, and then.
Yep. Yeah. No, we couldn't pass up. Now I would say no. It doesn't. Still comes with a slight. I wouldn't say headaches. My mom will kill me if I say headache. But every once in a while, I get a question or two from my mom of, "Hey, what's this and this?" And like just recently, I told my mom, I was like, "Hey, if you want in, you need to be down here once a week." I was like, I'm going to force you to be down here.
Yeah.
Not to say I don't take your advice and just don't listen to it. But at the same time, if you want to have more of a say, you got to come back down here.
Yeah. You got to be in here.
Yeah. So
how long have you guys been here?
I've been in Vegas since 92. Started in Simi in 83.
Simi Valley?
Yep.
California?
Yes, sir.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. My dad's story is pretty typical to most. He just got out of high school. My brother was on the way. Yeah, my brother was on his way. It was the classic story of my mom was told when she was younger, she'll never have kids. And then my brother, yeah. So he went into one of his buddies' shop that he was building cabinets, doing carpentry, and they needed some cabinets built for the shop. And he watched them tint a car and then heard how much he charged. And he was like, yo, I can do that.
Back then it was a little bit different to tint.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Thinner and
I remember
everything scratched it.
I think I was 14. Oh,
keep that about
we're recording already? Oh, dang. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know we recorded already. Yeah, I remember I was 14 years old the first time I tinted my first car. Was it 93? It was like a 93 or 94 NX 300, the little two-door Nissan. Oh, fun. Yeah, we just did the side doors because I couldn't figure out the back.
Yeah, no. My dad was definitely the heyday. First they were piecing, and then some guy said he could do a window in a one piece. My dad called bullshit on it, and he's like, I could show you, but I think it was like charged my dad like $1,200
to show him.
Yeah, because it was like no one was doing one piece back windows back then. So my dad said, okay. So, but what my dad did is where his shop was from where you were working on the vehicle, there was a window that could look through that was tinted, so one-way mirror. And he asked, pretty much got a bunch of people together, all pull money like that. You want to see? $200. And then like got a bunch of people together where like I don't think he even paid anything.
Wow.
And then
Smart.
They all watched while my dad was being shown.
Okay.
And that's how he picked up doing one-piece back windows.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And he then came out here. Someone told him he was watching someone do a vehicle, and they're like, it can't be done in one piece. My dad's like, I can do it in one piece. And he's like, no, you can't. He's like, I'll bet you $1,000. And the guy was like, I'll take that bet. And like I think the owner of the shop is like, are you sure about this? Talking to the other guy, like, you don't know him. And
yeah,
my dad did it. And,
Good. That's kind of the only way.
Yep.
It's kind of the only way. Yeah. Well, see, I've been in this industry. I started back in 2005. I got into the industry because I've always been an installer. I've always taken stuff apart, put stuff. I've always been in installations. And then some of the shops we were working in after the fact, they started doing tint because people were asking for it.
Yep.
And so I didn't know anything about tint, like nothing. I was zero. So one of the guys that we would call in that would do mobile tinting, he would be like, well, I'll show you. He says, but once you start questioning, he says, that's where the showing stops. Yeah. Once you think you can do it better. And the thing is, I never got better. They used to call me stomach hands because everything I touched, I'd convert to shit. So yeah, I wasn't really I wasn't a good tinter. I was good at shrinking. I'm good at laying up like SUV back windows. I'm not my hardcore is not tint. I'm an installer. But one of the shops we worked at, in Pasadena was 100% tint, and install was like the back burner. And so that's where I started learning more, getting into the tint as far as plotting and all that stuff. And then 2012 is when they taught me to use a Olfa blade. Mm-hmm. And I took out 2013 Range Rover Sport quarter window with the blade. I cut all, perfect trace all the way around. Yeah. And that's what I've been doing, man. And they kind of, one of the employees that came into work for us at the shop, his name is Renee. He's now my business partner. He's the one that got into it like 100%. And he's like one of the best tinners in Southern California. And I say that, I don't say that lightly because it's kind of been proven already when we worked at that shop in Pasadena.
Yeah.
He's the one that started the one-piece back windows on the Tesla Model 3s.
Oh, yeah.
First. Remember those?
Oh, yeah. Those are fun. I mean, when those first hit the market, everyone's like, the biggest problem too is that what customers don't understand is like, you have to have the proper roll. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can't, I've never attempted it, but I think it probably could be done. Shrinking it the opposite way, it just would be a nuisance and a complete waste of time. Mm-hmm. But unless you have a 16-inch roll,
it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. Mm-hmm. You're going to make it way too hard. If not, damn near impossible, especially in certain types of films, like say crystalline.
Yeah,
you're not doing crystalline the opposite way. That's not happening.
Impossible. Have you tried that new crystalline black?
No, actually, I was just on the phone today with Rocky from 3M.
Okay.
I haven't gotten it yet because that was the one thing. Like I've been waiting. They're like, 20 is going to come back online, and I think it was supposed to come back online in September, or was it October? I forget which one it was, because that's the one thing. It's like, when I go to make an order, I call, we're out of this. For how long? Oh, next month. Mm-hmm. Like.
Where are you ordering from? Here local?
No, so it was Inner West.
Oh, sorry about that.
No, you're good. It was Inner West.
Okay.
And then actually it was Inner West up until the point where that equity firm bought Inner West and Fellers.
Yeah.
And Inner West lost all the people that I knew. And I'm not trying to knock a company because I don't know what they're doing internally, but the service, get orders in, and like the decision to change their program in the middle of the summer for orders, and then you couldn't get an order in. It's like, I can't operate that way. And then as soon as they opened up the borders to where you can order from any of the distributors, I ordered my auto now through EDP.
Oh, okay.
Because now that they can sell to the whole country, they have warehouses throughout the whole country. I think EDP's warehouse, they have one in, I want to say Phoenix.
So you get it next day?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Typically next day. Yeah. And then they just switched because we're prestige dealers too.
Oh.
Inner West just lost all the flat.
Really?
3M took it away.
Wow.
So the only two distributors.
They're doing a bunch of stuff like different, like weird. Huh?
Well, they merging Fellers and Inner West together. Like it kind of made sense. I thought they were doing it because then Inner West could use the network of Fellers because Fellers already has the logistics figured out for the entire country. They sell to the whole country.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like they put that together, and they just like it. In my eyes, if they don't clean up how they operate, I think they'll end up yanking the auto film from them too. Because if they're not going to invest backwards into 3M or push their product, why are we going to let you sell our product? I have a feeling that's what happened with the flat glass.
Probably
it's one of those things. Like my flat glass rep, he ended up leaving, and I got a new guy, and he came down. I met him. He was cool. Like I talked to him a couple times. But it's like the one thing with Inner West is just like, I wouldn't say that I don't need to be made to feel important by any of my reps, but like if I'm calling to reach out to you because I need a roll of film or I have a question, like I need to be able to get a hold of you.
Yeah, no matter what. Yeah.
Yeah, like auto side, like we lost the rep that originally got us into 3M.
Who was it? Ramsey?
Brett.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was Ramsey. I lost him, I think 2 weeks ago.
Oh damn. Inner West or EDP or
Inner West?
Inner West.
Inner West. Yeah, I think what happened was he was covering so much area, he just couldn't cover it correctly. And so they handed off, I think, Southern California to a guy named Steven. Never met him. They were supposed to come to the shop. And Ramsey stopped by on his way to the airport, like just to say what's up, and then bounced out. And I haven't met my rep either.
See, that's the funny part is I made a switch 3 years ago.
Okay.
I think it was 3 years ago. I wouldn't say strictly, because I've never been strictly any film. Like I won't deal with the manufacturer that tells me that I can't sell one product or the other. Like I am extremely loyal, and I will never switch a lead from one manufacturer to the other. If you provide me with the lead, I'm selling that film. The other film is not even an option.
It's not,
Yeah. So I switched from majority of the film we were buying auto-wise was Solar Guard. 3M started courting me it took them about 3 months, where I was telling them like, hey, I need training. And Interwest had it at the time. I was like, I had young guys coming in. I can only train so much while being the installer at the time. And I was trying to phase myself out as an installer in general.
Yeah.
Interwest offered me, hey, become a 3M pro dealer, and you can do as much training as you want. We don't care. Just send them out to Colorado. Classes are for free. And they offered me all sorts of stuff. And it started off great because originally I had, it's going to kill me to remember his name. He was the VP of Interwest. He don't work there anymore. As soon as that merger happened, I literally switched. That merger happened, and then everything fell apart because they started changing pay structures and the way they were doing things. So people are just like, I'm out. Like,
I heard it.
Yeah. So Todd was his name. Okay. So I switched I became a 3M Pro Shop. We were with 3M Pro Shop for about 2 years. When that change did happen, I'm fairly certain. Solar Guard didn't. It's not like they were like, you made this switch. They didn't do anything. If anything, their question was, how do we get your business back?
Get it back.
Yeah. And I kept getting approached like, would you switch? And I was like, I'm always open for a conversation.
Yeah.
We can talk. And then after, unfortunately, the service I received from Interwest, that was kind of the nail in the coffin. As Solar Guard was trying to court me back, and then Solar Guard came back into the picture, I was either going to switch to Expel or Solar Guard when it came to my auto. So I was talking to Expel and I was talking to Solar Guard. At the same time, I was pitching the idea of the academy. Yeah. And I told Expel, like, hey, I'll switch my auto. I'll never switch my flat. That's not going to happen. Like, if you ask me to stop selling Panorama or Solar Guard, we can just stop talking because that's just never going to happen. They're like, we don't care what you do with flat. If you want to sell some of our flat, that's fine, but it's just the auto. That is, you got to sell that in auto. I'm like, okay. I told him, I was like, all right, I also have this idea for the academy that I pitched to Solar Guard already. If Solar Guard says yes, then like I start talking to them first. If they say yes, it's theirs. And I explained to them what I want to do with flat glass, grow the labor force, and even Expel was like, yeah, absolutely, we're behind it. Talked to Solar Guard. Solar Guard flew out the Steve Shore. He runs the Americas. For Solar Guard, so he's a step below the president. Okay. I ended up finding out in that meeting too. Like I knew him for a long time, but he came on to Solar Guard in 2007. So like I've known him longer than I haven't known
Solar Guard when he used to be in the black and white or was it blue and white boxes?
Oh yeah,
I remember.
So he came out and we got like maybe 2 or 3 minutes into the conversation of the pitch, and he's like, I'm in. And he goes, you become a select shop at the same time, he'll get even more. And I was like, all right. Went to Expel and told Expel like, hey, this is the route I'm going. I still would like to carry your clear bra as my secondary clear bra. I'll phase out my 3M in general. I'll pick up one of your films for windshields, and I'll pick up a clear bra and your ceramic coating. And they're like, oh, well, it's all or nothing. Because I thought it was originally when I had sold Expel back in the day, you could sell one line, and then the only way to get DAP, I knew that was the new requirement. The only way to get DAP was you had to be all in.
All in, yeah.
So I told him, I was like, I'm fine with not getting DAP, but I want to sell these products.
Were they still charging per cut?
They were when I was using it. So I had DAP for a bit where I was paying per square foot, $1 per square foot, and I was fine with that.
But it was cool because they would give it to you with the material you purchased.
Yep. Yeah. So I was still selling some of the material, and then whenever I ran through my credits, I just purchased more credits, and I was fine with paying that extra fee. I was like, that program is made. It's like a drug. As soon as they get you on it,
it's hard to get off.
It's very hard to get off because their patterns are great. So when I went back to them and told them like, all right, this is what's going to happen. They flew out the territory manager. He came into the shop. Me and him talked, and that's where I was like, all right, I just want to take these. He's like, oh, it's all or nothing. And I was like, okay, well then it's nothing. It's nothing. It's like I've got no problem selling this product and this product, but like that's what it's going to be. Like I've already committed to Solar Guard.
You got to give options. You got to give options. Yeah.
Yeah, and they were like, I guess, and then like, well, we can't do that. And there's most definitely ways. I wouldn't say to get around it, but it technically is a workaround.
A workaround, yeah.
Open up a second corporation. It's a different business. It's clean in there. And it's like, I don't want to go through those hoops.
Yeah.
Like there's no reason for it.
It's just too much of a pain, for a certain company. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The 3M did the same to me because I was actually the number one. You've heard of Avery Dennison.
Yeah.
So I was the number one Avery Dennison dealer in all of Southern California. And then it became the whole West Coast, which was insane to me because I was like, well, how good or bad is Avery doing everywhere else? You know? And we were selling it right, and it was amazing. They you got to be a SEMA, you got to come. They gave me tickets, they gave everything because we were doing so well. But then 3M started getting in my ear, and they were like, "Hey, bro, like, hey, why don't you come over to 3M?" We went to SEMA, and like, we'll give you this computer system, and we're gonna give you this, we're gonna give you that. And I was like, wow, like it sounds amazing. We've never gotten a lead from 3M, and I've been with 3M for almost a year and a half. No, it's 2 years.
The auto
never gotten a lead from them. Yeah.
The auto leads that we have gotten from them is people that have gone on the website and they found us on the website. I'm fairly certain they still have me as a 3M Pro dealer on their website, which, I mean, if they leave it up there, it's not my problem.
I'm an authorized installer.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. And it's like, if you guys are going to leave me up there as that's not my issue. That's your guys' issue.
Yeah.
Well,
you got nobody over there to take care of it. They don't have anybody to take care of it regardless. So
3M's website in general is already hard to navigate when it comes down to it. I wish they would do a little something about that.
It took them 6 months to even put me on the website.
Oh, see, within the first month I wasn't on, and I had called Todd and I called Rocky and said, I just made this switch. You guys need to put me on there. They locked me into the entire territory. And then the conversation kind of continued past that. And it's like when I talked to Rocky and told Rocky, like, hey, this is what's happening. I'm just giving you the courtesy of letting you know this is why it's happening. Because as soon as I lost my auto rep from Interwest, it's like I didn't hear a word from them. And then when I made the switch from buying their film to where I got, because I still buy crystalline. Yeah. And I still buy their paint protection film. Because crystalline to me, that's the one film I don't want to let go of. That is my top tier film. And that is my best seller when it comes to windshields.
Yeah.
So it was one of those things where, like, hey, Rocky, I'm just letting you know, like, I'm walking away from the pro shop. I'm going to be a Solar Guard Select shop now. I'm still able to sell the product. I can still hit all the minimums. I'm not worried about hitting the required minimums. Like, I've got plenty of accounts that I've already spec'd in 3M too. So it's like, I'm not worried about the purchasing, but it's giving me the common courtesy. But I am going to let you know why. It's like, Interwest hasn't contacted me. The old rep disappeared. The new one, he goes, oh, the manager hasn't? I was like, dude, I haven't got a phone call.
Nothing.
They probably took a 70% hit in what I was buying from them. Not a peep.
Wow.
Went from like 220 down to like 80. And not a word.
Nobody called you.
No one called.
We should have seen when they set us up. That was crazy. This girl, I don't remember her name. She came to the shop. She set us all up. Oh my God, her shop is so nice. We have a pretty decent shop. It's nice. We can fit comfortably 3 cars in there. It's not as big as yours, but it's pretty nice. And she came in, brick and mortar. She looked, it was beautiful, really nice. Like, yeah, you're in. All right, cool. We're going to onboard you in about a week. I'm like, all right, perfect. A week passed by, 2 weeks, nothing. And I hit her up like, hey, what's going on? Turns out her and her boyfriend went and opened up a shop in Victor.
You talk about Yesenia.
Yeah, there you go.
So she was my last rep. And yeah, what ended up happening with that, when that merger happened, they changed the pay structures across the board.
Wow.
And a lot of people just said, yeah, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like, I came to this
They didn't
shop.
say anything to us, yeah.
Yep.
So I didn't get onboarded till April of this year. I've been with them for over a year and a half. Almost 2 years now, yeah. Yeah, and we've been buying a lot of Color Stable, a lot of ceramic. I'm selling a lot of their ceramic, but ever since like things started falling through the cracks, I'm trying to stay away from their film now. I'm probably going to end up giving them up at the end of the month, at the end of the year.
That's kind of where I sat with it. Like, even when I talked to Solar Guard, I told him, like, hey, I'm still going to carry crystalline because it still has a heavy weight when it comes to 70%. Like, that's where I usually get most of my upgrades when I'm moving someone from ceramic up to, crystalline on the windshield. So it's like, I'm still going to sell this. And like Steve's like, I don't care what you do. Is if we're grabbing the majority of what we lost, yeah, I don't care. He's like, I don't care at all.
How many tint shops do you have here in your general vicinity? Let's say within a 5-mile range, give or take.
Ooh, probably 30 to 40.
30 or 40?
Probably more than that, but okay. I would say, within like 2-block radius, we got 1, 2.
So you got them close by.
Oh yeah, I got one. So, yeah. I got one a block behind and over to the left. He was a guy that worked for us. He ran my front office, and then we just parted ways. Just difference in opinion in running a business. And then he ended up going to work for a guy, and they opened up another a third shop, and they opened up like right next to us, which I was like, I don't care. Wow. And then we have a guy literally as you're coming down this road. He's about a block up on the left-hand side. The original guy that owned that shop, his name was Mark. Him and my dad known each other forever. And then he ended up retiring, selling it, and like that shop's right. And then I'm pretty sure there's a shop that's like 2 doors down from him. That's like a custom shop, offers everything, wheels, tires, and all that. So it's like within that building, there's 2 shops right next to each other. Yeah. So the market is 100% flooded. Yeah. But we've been pushing all of our marketing and advertising towards, like, I'm not trying to land every customer. There is a certain niche of or certain avatar that I'm advertising towards. Yeah, like we get told constantly, you guys are double everyone else. Yep,
that's what they tell me too.
Yeah. So yes, I am. I can point you towards the direction of someone who's going to get you a much better price. Absolutely.
Yeah, me too.
But it's not going to. Yeah, but is it going to be the same experience, the same quality, same customer service? are they still going to be there when you go to call them next summer? Because something wrong. Yeah, there's something on. Yeah. Because that's one thing that definitely happens in Vegas. Shops will pop up in the summertime.
And then they'll be gone in this. Yeah. So over there with me, there's literally right where I live or right where I work or where my shop is at, there's 3 shops. One of them, the closest one is probably like a mile and a half away. The second one's roughly the same thing, but in the other direction. And then the only other 3M dealer, he's up in Irwindale, which is probably like 3 to 4 miles away. And it's like a race to zero, bro, with them. I mean, people call and I'll even give them like a basic starting price of a dyed film for like $200. And then they'll be like, oh, but so-and-so down here has it for $125. Go over there. What? Go over there. And then I'll see you in about a year when I got to take it off and redo it again. You know, I'll make the money on the back end.
There'll be a charge for the removal, just to let you know.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just insane. Like over there in California, especially Southern California, and if anybody sees this, y'all know it's true. It is a race to zero right now. I don't understand how people are making money over there. That is crazy.
We deal with the same thing. It's like, and there's probably a good, I would say there's at least 5 to 6 companies in this valley that I would hire them to tint my car. Mm-hmm. I would let them into my house and know that they're going to do right by putting the right product on. Mm-hmm. They're testing the glass in my house and know, actually, I wouldn't even say that. There's maybe like 1 or 2 people that are actually testing glass. Everyone else is just going along with, they know what most of the valley's glass is. So they're putting a product on that, you know, that is going to improve the situation at least 9 out of 10 times, which you hit that 110 where it's a coating on the wrong surface. It's not improving anything. It's making things worse. Yeah. But like car wise, no, it's the market out here where the cars, like there's $99 tint shops all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Within the small vicinity that we're in right now, there, I would say competitor wise, or I would say they look at us as competitors. There's probably 3 major tint shops right next to us. And then all the small other ones sprinkled in between. And then you go from here to the north side of the valley. There's ungodly.
See, and the thing is, I don't really like to compare myself to everybody else, which is crazy because people will look at me and be like, dude, like when I tell them, like, for instance, 3M ceramic for $450, they trip out. Like, what are you for $450? You know, they like, what? It's like, well, there's a guy up selling ceramic for $125, $150. Like, what kind of ceramic is it? Oh, I don't know. Like, well, here we go.
It's a pretty important conversation.
Yeah, you should probably know before. Yeah, because we've had people like one of the things that I'm not sure if we invented it, but I want to say we did was we started posting a lot of videos on our Instagram and our TikTok, and we put hashtag Gapplebees. Have you ever seen that? The gaps at the top of the windows. People that bring cars that were tinted somewhere else, and there's a 1/4 inch to an 1/8 inch gap at the top of the window on all of them.
Yeah.
And I said, what did you pay for this? They're like, oh, we paid like $240. Like $240 for, like, wow.
So I'm assuming you're in the camp of shaved edge.
Yes. Yeah, we do that. Every single car. We learned our lesson on the Cybertrucks. Yeah, we broke one window and we never did it again. Well, I mean, we did it, but we just took our time with it. It was
those you gotta be careful because of that inner glass is paper thin.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, we and the good thing is, you know, rest in peace. He was my boy. He brought his Cybertruck to us and he was like, bro, I don't care, just fucking tint it ceramic. Sorry, I don't swear.
No, it's internet.
But that's our conversation. And he was like, can you tint a Cybertruck? And I'm like, well, yeah, it's just like anything else.
It's class, dude.
Anything else. And when he brought the windshield, I was like, whoa. 60, like, yeah, bro, I got you. 60 inch. We got it. Right. And my guy, Renee, man, he's like one of the best installers I know. Took apart the whole back end to do that back window and everything. We got it done. Everything was done. We're finished. And for some reason, the passenger side window just rolled itself down. And in the process, it messed up the film. So we had to redo it. So the truck was finished. We redid the window. And while the guys are shaving the other windows, they finish that window and then he starts shaving. And all of a sudden we see that like, oh my God.
That sound that every tinter knows, that crack. Yes, what just happened?
Yeah. What was that? Yeah. And then Gio was like, it cracked. And I'm like, what do you mean it cracked? So I go look at the glass and it was literally just that bottom corner on the bottom of the glass. I was like, oh my God. So I called my boy and I was like, listen, man, I go, we cracked your glass. He goes, what are you talking about? I go, yeah, it cracked. And he's like, oh, let me see it. We'll worry about it later. I'm like, all right, cool. And the good thing about, like I said, this guy, again, rest in peace, was he had money. He didn't care. I took the truck to his house. As soon as I got it there, he does the little dance. You know how it does a little dance in it? The windows roll themselves up, I'm like, no, I just got it done too. But he looked at the crack and he was like, I was like, dude, just do me a favor. I go, I obviously can't buy that glass. Call Tesla. Let me know what it costs. I'll take care of it. He's like, all right, cool. And so a couple months went by. I was like, hey, dude, what did Tesla say? He goes, bro, I don't give a shit. I'm going to get rid of this truck in a couple weeks anyway. And luckily he saved us because thanks to learning on that truck, we didn't make that mistake on all the other ones. Yeah. So, yeah, that was the Cybertruck, the model, the new Junipers. Oh my God, you got to be so careful with all these Teslas. Like it's insane, and people think it's easy. People think it's easy. Like, I can just do it myself. Here you go, bro.
Yeah, you go to Amazon, they sell kits.
Yeah,
yeah. I'll point you in the direction of YouTube videos. Have fun.
I'm not even joking. I get hundreds of videos from customers, friends, everything. That company that makes the pre-cut kits that you just slide them in and slide them out. And I'll tell them like, hey, bro, buy them.
That comes. The funny part is that comes through is it's a roll of film.
Yeah,
and it's not even pre-cut. One of the guys for Autobahn, I forget which one of the reps. He ordered it and he did a video of it, and it was hilarious how it came. It's just regular film. Like the newest one I've seen lately is I forget what the company is called. I think it's
they're like that hard plastic.
Well, one's Payne Solar and it's for flat glass, and their claim is privacy during the day and night guaranteed. And it doesn't void the warranty because it doesn't have glue on it. It's static cling. And it's like, I'm going to order a piece and do a review on it just because it's popping up on my feed now. Because I see it, like I click in the comments and like I see at least 3 or 4 guys I know that are commenting on there like, no, warranty's still gone. And like they're replying back to it. The company is. And like even one of the guys that does like, he's doing a testimonial, like I ordered this film. He's like, see, and like, he's showing his finished product. And like as he's panning through with his phone, top left corner, there's like a chunk of film like this big just missing, and it kind of pans through real quick. See, it's super easy to install. I'm like, oh man, I'd love to see that install in person. Right. And they put a video out showing the nighttime privacy. So like I'm curious about it, but like those
nighttime where you can't see in?
Yeah, supposedly.
Even if it
Yep. The lights are on and I'm like, this is some bullshit. And they're saying it's static clean too.
I mean, I believe it, but I mean, what kind of protection can static clean really give you?
That's the other thing too, and how long is it going to last?
How long is it going to last? Yeah.
And then they're trying to, their biggest thing, it's like, see, it came with its own kit. It's got a cutter, a squeegee. It's got one of the plastic OFAs, like a hard card. And then the spray bottle is even funny because the guy's like, it's got a spray bottle. It's a tube like this big, this tall, one of those little small sprayers. I'm like, that is not a spray bottle, dude. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, this is hilarious.
I know. I've seen those too, but I'm thinking to myself, like, how long is that going to last? You know, it's insane.
I'm okay with it because if anything, the people that order that, they're the ones who will instantly go to hire someone, and then they'll look at reviews and stuff, and then they're instantly going to go to, and then it's like, hey, this is the cost. I don't care. Here you go. Yeah. I've attempted this, and it's not easy. It's not easy. Not worth it. Like I got told on my Model 3 because we will offer it. We can tint it like a regular vehicle, and you're going to get your bottom 24 inches tinted. Tint right up to where it fades. We never recommend it because we tell them like, hey, from the outside it's going to look fine. From the inside though, it's going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly as sin. You're going to be a line right in your eyes. But it's completely up to you. So we had a guy book for that in regular price. I think it was like $360 for ceramic at the time. And then when he came in, the price jumped. He's like, I want to do the full back window, and it jumped to like I think like 7 something. And he was like, it's just an extra 2 feet. All you just got to you squeegee it on. I'm like, dude, I wish it was that easy. Like he put my salesperson through the ringer, and then I went up there and talked to him because I came back and was like, this guy is like, he's acting pissed. And I went up and talked to him. We walked outside and I explained to him like, dude, this bottom piece right here, I'm using a 30-inch roll at max. So actually, I think the 24-inch roll almost covers it. I was like, so we go from that. Now I got to take a 60-inch roll. Your window is 43 inches.
43 inches.
Yeah, 43 inches wide. I got to get a 60-inch roll. Then I got to pull the whole length of this window, and then I have to shrink the entire thing, and then the whole thing's gonna be laying. I was like, we're adding 2 more hours. We're adding about 2 more hours to install, typically to shrink, to install, to make sure. And if unfortunately if something gets scrapped, that piece alone, like I can't. It's not just an easy $80 add-on, dude. And then we went through it, and I ended up giving, I think I ended up giving like an extra like $50 off just because he was a returning customer, and it was one of those things. I wasn't trying to lose the car at the same time. So and he's like, okay, I understand. It's like, but his reply of he just squeegee it on. I'm like, dude, I wish this was that easy.
Everybody would be doing it.
Everyone would be doing it. Absolutely.
Yeah. We would go on TikTok live, which is funny. We go on TikTok live and just hang out for hours on that thing. People would be like, what is it called? when Renee would do the file on the edge of the glass, people would be like, you're not supposed to do that, right? You're going to micro damage the edge of the glass. And we're like, so then we started doing videos of him micro damaging the edges of the glass, and people would just be talking so much smack, like, "Oh, TikTok tinners say you shouldn't," and I call him that. TikTok tinners said you shouldn't be doing that, and Renee just laughs, like he laughs it off because TikTok tinners are trying to tell us how to tint, But it's like it's just amazing how people think it's so easy. Yeah. One customer, I said, "Here you go, bro. Here's the tools. Here's the film. If you can tint your car, I'll give it to you for free." Oh, and he can't do it.
Well, I have funny part is it's usually always kids, or I would say teenagers.
Yeah.
Tint their car, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, what's this and this? And like pointing out like 2 specks in the window. So I'm like, dude, it's aftermarket. It's not, I can't, we try to achieve perfection. That doesn't exist. Mm-hmm. So what the acceptable standard is that each window at most 3 to 5 specs.
5, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you don't want them clustered, stuff like that. If it's here and there, well, my dad's car his car is perfect, and then he went to this one shop. I was like, I'll do this. Take your car, go to that shop, have them strip and tint your car, bring it back to me. If I can't find anything in any window in the vehicle, I'll refund your money and I'll pay for the tint job. And that usually, I've never had anyone take me up on that offer.
Yeah,
because they end up just going away, and they end up realizing like, oh, and it's like, dude, want to go look at my car? I'll take you over to my truck, and I'll show you the speck or two in each one of my windows that I tinted for myself.
I'll show you the crease in my front windshield.
Oh, see, that's the even funnier part is that, I mean, our cars usually look worse. And like, even like at my house, I put security film on my house. And when I was doing my sliders, I drop rolled my tint and it hit my toolbox. When that happens, there's going to be a fat crease at the bottom. Mm-hmm. As soon as I heard the noise, I was like, damn it. Yeah. Squeegee, I get on the bottom. I have like a good 3-inch crease at the bottom of my window of my slider. And I was like, all right, at a house, I'm ripping this off and replacing it. This is my house. Yeah. I don't care. Yeah. Like the film's gonna do its job. I'm going to chisel this thing. I'm gonna put a bone on it. I'm gonna attach it around the edges, and I'm moving on with my day.
Yeah. I just and that's okay. That's okay for us because I mean it's our cars. It's our cars. So but the thing is like we have people who expect like absolutely flawless, and it's like, bro, it's impossible. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what you do, it's just never going to happen. You're never going to get it perfect. It's impossible. And then do you ever get the, can you tell if this is ceramic on my windows or not?
Yeah.
You get those?
Yeah. Which there are technical ways to do it now with the, if you have the right meter. There are meters that can actually test for IR. I don't have one of those, but I have the BTU meter to where it's like, I'll put this in front of your window. I'm telling you right now, it reads anything higher than 15. They lied to you.
Yeah.
And you put it on there and it's like, yep, no, this isn't the 200 range. This is it's helping, but this is not ceramic.
It's not ceramic. But they charge me ceramic. How much you pay? $280? Yeah. Sounds like carbon.
Yeah. Yeah.
And who knows what brand it is.
Yep. That's the other thing too. There's so much white box label film out there now, and all those companies popping up. I won't name them, but we know what we're talking about. That it's like, oh, are you sick of dealing with the rep and this and that? It's like, yeah, if you're having a problem with your rep and the manufacturer, in my eyes, that's a culture issue within that company. You need to start looking at other manufacturers.
Have you heard of TinyBot ceramic film? TinyBot has a ceramic film. TinyBot's known for their reps. You know TinyBot? TinyBot. You never heard of them?
Nope.
Okay, so TinyBot is really, right now in Southern California, they're really well known for their reps. They're not cheap, but they're not expensive. You can get a full wrap for like $700, and the wrap is really good. It shrinks perfect. It lays perfect. It's amazing. I'm not even gonna lie. Like it's pretty good for what it is. But they started making a ceramic film, and one of the guys hit me up because we buy wraps from time to time. He's like, "Hey, bro, like I saw your 3M dealer. Like you should try our ceramic. It has almost the same exact properties as what 3M offers: the heat rejection, the IR, this, that, and the other." And I was like, "Oh, let me try it." Bro, we've been selling that shit like it's nobody's business, nonstop, bro. And it has the exact same properties as 3M, just no name.
See,
I call it the in-house ceramic.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the one thing for me is like, especially with auto film. Back in the early 2000s, you could differentiate certain brands. There was a gap in quality. There really isn't now. Yeah. Like it doesn't matter who you carry. Yeah. You can carry any of the big guys, Matago, Johnson, 3M, Expel, Solar Guard. If you're buying their high-end film, it's all pretty much apples for apples.
Yep.
Now and I'll tell my customers that too. I was like, what do you think about Lumar? I'm like, It's a great film.
It's a good brand.
As long as you are going to a shop that's reputable and you know that shop's putting that film on, it's a great film.
Hell yeah.
But it's now I start selling myself. It's come see my shop.
Yeah.
Compare shops.
Yeah.
Like, I pay my installers in my eyes, and I pay them is pretty high for the fact that I want to retain them. And also they need to make a good living.
Of course.
So that's why my price is what it is. That's the reason why, like, for us right now, ceramic, we're going anywhere between $500 to $600 for a 4-door. Windshields are $280 for ceramic, and then crystalline, it's $500.
Okay.
And that's like pretty much almost a non-negotiable, to where it's like, I won't close majority of my crystalline windshields, but I'd rather do 50 windshields for $500 than 100 windshields for, say, $250. Like, we were unfortunately in the lower range of crystalline to begin with, and then we did a complete overhaul of our prices about a year and a half ago, which some of our repeat customers weren't necessarily too happy. But it was one of those things. It's like we never were increasing our prices. Yeah, like kind of staying like status quo, because unfortunately, that's with our industry. It's everyone's racing to the bottom, and it's like, why are we doing this? This makes no sense, especially for the companies that do have the reputation, have the brand. Yeah, like we've been here. Like for us, the reason why we have so many, like why we have such a big print is we own our buildings. Yeah, that's one thing my dad did where it's like that was always his goal. He didn't want to rent anymore. He wanted to own his building. We had one bagel up for sale. My dad purchased it, and it's 5 minority owners with 1 majority guy who owns the rest of the complex. And as soon as that happened, like that guy knew, like, hey, we're not going nowhere. We're never going to sell it to you. Sell us the end cap. Sold us the end cap. And then it's like, all right, we want the 2 bays next to us. We bought the next 2 bays next to us. Nice. To where it's like, we've been here. We've been in business for over 40 plus years. We've been in this center since 92. Good. And we're not going anywhere. That's the difference between us and the guy that you're saying that can do it for $250 or $300. Is he going to be there a couple of years from now? Is he offering the same quality of customer service, the same interactions? If they're not offering that, that's why our price is the way it is. Yeah. Yeah.
No, we actually started when we first opened our shop. We started with Matico, and everything was good. We sold all of their film, which was great. And then, like I said, during the pandemic, because we started in August of 2019. And then during the pandemic, bro, like Matico completely, I bought the last 6 60-inch rolls in the United States of Matico, because that was all there was left. And once we were done with those rolls, I didn't know what to do. I wasn't going to close my shop. Yeah. And we were actually, what do they call, essential, because we teamed up with a dermatology doctor. And he would send us customers that had like the beginning stages of skin cancer, so they needed window film on their cars.
The hoops that you had to jump through in California.
For the 2020. Oh, it's crazy. And not only that, but our address is a gas station, because we have a gas station right next door. And the gas station was essential. so we got that. And then I started calling around, and I was like, hey, bro. And then if you get a minute, look him up. Jason from Aerotech. He called me up and he's like, hey, bro, he goes, there's a company, Avery Dennison, and their film is really, really good. Like, you should try them out. And I was like, all right. So I did. I tried. They sent me like full box samples. They didn't send me little pieces. They sent me full box samples.
Well, it's a company that actually wants to win a company over.
Yeah. And we were using it. And Renee was like, bro, this stuff's amazing. He says the NR is crap because it was really, really thick. He says, but the carbon and the ceramic is perfect. The NR Pro and then the ceramic, the IR. Yeah. And he's like, bro, it's amazing. And I was like, well, we'll start buying from them. And we had to pay a little bit more. But we started buying from Avery. And I was with Avery for 5 years. I just changed over. 4.5 years. I just changed over to 3M. Well, not even fully 3M. Back last year, like in March, when they set us up. And then I went and talked to them in November at SEMA. And then we finally got onboarded April of this year, which was crazy. So we were just selling their carbon and their ceramic, and we were trying to sell it decently priced. We're doing carbon 4 doors back window for $330, and ceramic for $450. Yeah, and then crystalline for $900, $899. Yep. And so the pricing was dead on, but people just didn't want to spend that money. So we weren't struggling. We were making sales, which is great, because people would call us and be like, oh, do you have 3M? Yes, we do. Okay, we're on our way. This show, boom, we knock them out.
Yeah, they don't.
Other people who don't know or don't care what 3M is, they didn't want to spend the money. So we started carrying a brand called Solar Free, like for the cheap tint, cheap stuff. And people would come in for the Solar Free, and then they'd be like, oh, by the way, and we'd up them to color stable or ceramic, and they would go because obviously they want a lifetime warranty, a national lifetime warranty over a 1-year warranty dyed film or 3-year warranty dyed film. And so that's how we were doing it. And it was going great. And then all of a sudden, Ramsey was like, oh, I'm not going to be here anymore. I'm going to introduce you to Steve. And then they were supposed to help me with some marketing. I paid like $3,000, almost $6,000 for marketing through 3M. Had a guy come in and do videos. We click baits, whatever. And then I sent them over the invoices and they were like, oh, well, we were supposed to look at those videos before you post them out. Like, what? So then all that got thrown away. And I was just like, you know what? And then Tiny Bot hit me up. We checked their film and their film is perfect. It's perfectly priced. Does the exact same thing as 3M. We've metered it. We've done everything, which is crazy. It's just a no-name brand film.
Yep.
And so we just call it our in-house ceramic because we're Tint Haus. So it's our in-house ceramic. That's it.
It's not bad.
And it works. And then when people get there and be like, oh, but what's this? Oh, well, that's 3M carbon and that's 3M ceramic because I have the boards up, you know.
Yep.
And then they'll be like, oh, well, what's the difference? And then that's where I get into the sales pitch and end up selling them on Colors Table or 3M ceramic.
Yep.
You know?
No. Yeah, that was one of the things. That's when we made the switch to be a pro shop. Mm-hmm. That was the big thing. I mean, the clients that come in that have already done the research on 3M, like there's no convincing them anyway. And especially when they come and say, I want crystalline. Mm-hmm. I've already looked it up and it's like, all right, so you already know that this price is about to be high.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
they're ready for it. Yeah.
The product already is extremely highly priced.
It's crazy because I used to think, like, when I first opened the shop, like, I used to think, like, oh, it's whatever. It's whatever. Like, bro, it's just basic film. It's just, and then I had one customer, a friend of mine works for Rusnak Porsche out in Pasadena. And he calls me and says, bro, I'm going to send you this customer. He wants the best film you have. There's no questions asked. I'm like, all right, cool. Customer shows up and he's driving really slow in front of our shop and he parks his beautiful Porsche. I later found out it was like a $200,000 Porsche. And we hadn't put our floor in yet. So we just had like a regular, like, you know, what is it called? The epoxy floors that loses the paint, you know? And a guy walks up and he stands at the edge of my door and he says, are you JD? I'm like, yes, sir. And he goes, oh, nice to meet you. He goes, Juan told me all about you. I was like, all right, cool. Like, what can I do for you? He goes, this is where you're going to tip my car? And he points to my shop. I go, yeah. He goes, right here in this water puddle? And I was like, oh, I go, we'll clean it up. Like when we pull out the cars, we clean everything up and then we bring in the next one. He goes, nah. He goes, no. He goes, here's my card. He goes, call me when you get a real floor. He took off. And I was like, what? I was told Renee's like, what happened? And I was like, bro, he told me to call him when we got a real floor. He goes, what are you talking about? And I was like, I have no idea. And then that's when I started looking at, when I went to SEMA that year, I saw Swiss Tracks. So I put Swiss Tracks. I spent $6,000 on a Swiss Tracks floor. And I called him back and he's like, oh, I already got it done somewhere else. But that's what made me think, like, people actually walk in. Like, I looked in your shop and I'm like, wow, this thing's huge. I was expecting to walk through like 6 buildings just to get to the back. but yeah, I try to keep my shop as clean as possible. The floor always looks nice. I try to do as much as I can. So when people come in, they're like, ooh, because I've been to the other shops in my area and they're nothing like mine. Yep. Like, it's totally different. Yep. And I always think to myself, like, no wonder they're charging $125. Like, you're just trying to live. Yep. Trying to make a living for themselves. And they didn't care less about the shop.
Yeah. And there's definitely, I mean, there's definitely an avatar for that. The person who just, dude, that's what my window's dark. I don't care. I'm getting rid of this car. And it is what it is. And I find a lot of times too, it'll be like a Lexus or a Mercedes. Dude, it's a lease. I don't care. We
get a lot of that.
What's the cheapest car? What's the cheapest thing you have? I don't care. But that's one thing that my dad really kind of, I was bugged by it when I was younger because it was always, you know, it's trash on the floor. I'm tinting a window. Like, I'll pick it up, like, I'm tinting. And it was definitely something where it should have been picked up prior. And it was something I always kind of like butted heads with him about. But now where we're at in the company now, it's like, now I find myself, like, I go to my manager and like, hey, this needs to get cleaned up. Like, if we have the door open, people are looking back here for shooting content. Like, I need the vehicles ready to shoot content at any given moment. Whenever I want to throw a camera up, I don't want to see a bunch of crap on the ground. Nobody wants to see that. Make sure door panels need to be covered. If it's not covered, I think about it being wiped off every second that there is water on there. So if I am capturing content, I don't see a soaked door panel.
Soaked door panel, yeah. Same thing I tell my guys. Yep.
So it's
definitely, you never know who's watching.
Exactly. And that was one thing that, like, I always kind of went back and forth with my dad, and now I find myself doing the exact same thing as him. And it's like, if anything, telling him like, yeah, you were right. Like
I used to have,
I get it.
I used to have a boss that was so anal about that. And he would always yell at us. Like, and I'm not even joking. He'd get there at 9:15 in the morning and be like, "Did you guys ever clean the shop?" "Oh, no, not yet. We had customers." Like, I don't want to hear that. Like, get the shop clean before you talk to your customers. Like, oh, okay. So yeah, first thing in the morning, we get to the shop. We pull out whatever we're going to pull out. We clean up, take out the trashes, clean up the floor, sweep. I don't want to see razor blades or I don't want to see none of that. I have enough trash cans where if it's really down to it, move the trash can by the door and throw your scraps in there. But now we use a plotter. So we have the glass, we have trash cans on either side.
Yep.
So there's really never any excess or anything on the floor, at least with us. One of the things I can't get my guys to do for some reason is they have trouble covering door panels. And I always tell them, like, dude, we're going to get that one car, then we're going to mess up that door panel, and then someone's not getting paid. You know?
Well, oh yeah, no, I have a list of SOPs that it gets added to, that any auto tinter that I bring on signs, like these are the don'ts. If you do one of these things and something gets damaged because you blatantly did it against what I'm telling you to do, I'm not paying for it. Now, if some freak accident happens and something new happens, I'll cover it, and then we're going to come up with a new SOP, and then we're never doing it again.
Yeah,
I just recently had two happen, where one was because, shrinking crystalline, you got to make sure obviously the outside of the window is perfectly clean. So they got in the habit of blading the outside of the window, to where, they did it for probably about a year plus, didn't have any issues or anything like that. Glass. All of a sudden, we had a Ford Expedition, brand new vehicle. She brought it back, and she's like, I'm seeing all these scratches on the outside my window, or it's like it's hard to see through. So it comes in, and I'm looking at it, and as soon as I look at it, I'm like, all right, I go back up there, like, all right, yeah. So this is the process we do. Unfortunately, yes, it's a brand new vehicle. She brought it to us 2 days after she bought it. I was like, I have the new windshield on the way. It's OEM replaced. Went straight to my auto manager. Now another blade touches a window. Scrubby pads. Yep. And that's it. And it's like, make sure that gets through to everybody. Next person that blades a window that's not supposed to, they're paying for it, and let them know that this windshield was $1,400.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Windshields are ridiculous now.
Yeah, I know.
We had a back window on a Mustang. Same thing. He was it was an older Mustang, but with how deep the gash was in the window, it's something that would have gotten noticed. And that's the other thing that's like protocol wise. When a vehicle comes in, it gets checked in, front side, takes pictures of it before. Auto manager grabs it, pulls it into the back. If it doesn't go straight into the bay, it sits in the back. And then as soon as it gets pulled into the bay, the first thing, wipe off the windows, check the glass for imperfections. If it's got them, photo, load it into the program, notify the manager so we can call the customer. If you can't get a hold of them, I have a timestamp of the vehicle was out front, then it was out back, it wasn't touched, got brought inside, starting to get touched. Now you can see the person on my cameras pulling their phone out to take a picture or something, load it into the program at that time, to where I have a timeline of the events to where I can show the customer, like, hey, no, that was there. I understand you have a new vehicle, but you would be shocked by how much damaged glass gets through a dealership. They do. I don't care how many point inspection they do. It's going to get through. It gets through constantly. But as soon as you break that timeline or break that chain of events, like, I have nothing to present to the customer. Yeah. If you don't give me something, like if we've already tinted half this car and now you're putting a scratch out on another window, like, if that's my vehicle, I'm going like, well, dude, you've already been working on it for the past how many hours? Like, I'm sorry. It feels like you're just trying to, cheat me, which it's majority of the time, that's not what it is. It's just already there. And it's like, all right, well, I'm not going to argue with my customer. I'm just going to replace it and take care of it. What, So it's like instantly, if you skip that step, I go through my camera roll and you skip that step and I don't have something to present to my customer, you're not paying for this window. I'm not. It's just
that
not
makes
happening.
Sense. That makes sense.
So
I've never, one of the biggest issues that we've had is, well, not biggest, but we had it twice, was with the steamer in the back window. They get comfortable and they're trying to get like that little extra piece and they scrape the steamer. Yeah. And they scrape the glass. We've had that. We've also had, Renee, more than anything, Renee, I'm gonna call you out, bro. You're going to see this. He has a tendency of losing keys. I don't know how the hell he leaves keys on top of cars and the cars take off, the push. Yeah. And the next thing you know, I'm buying keys. Those are like were our big number one pet peeves. But now, we don't use any blades on the inside of glass. I don't do any cutting on cars. We use permanent markers. Now we line it. If we needed a hand cut, we line it up, permanent marker, do the top cut, do everything else on the glass. Yeah, my guys know better. So, and Gio and Renee are on top of it 100%. My son, he tends to, but he's it's not that he's learning, but he just sometimes wants to skip steps. So we got to get him back into that.
Oh no, I was the same way. Like as I train people, like I'll tell them, any of the guys I bring in training, they're being flat or auto, like do it this way. But if for some reason you see me with a pouch on, you see me installing, do what I say, don't do what I do.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm doing this for 2 decades.
Yeah.
Half the stuff I just told you, you're going to see that it looks like I'm skipping it. And I am in a way, but I am doing 3 to 4 other things to where I can skip that, save myself the time, and still be the exact same quality. You're not there yet.
Yeah,
it's going to take time.
Yeah.
You need to perfect these things first, and then you'll get to the next stage where I'll tell you, when certain situations, you can kind of skip this here to do this instead, and it's going to save you a bunch of time. But don't start off with that, because then you're just going to create bad habits, and that's not, it's going to eventually, eventually it's going to be a problem.
An expensive mistake.
Yes.
How are you dealing with low E? Those new low E glasses?
Oh, tint meter. EDTM's Glass Check Pro Elite. Have to have one.
What kind of film though? Because right now I think the only people that have anything, I know American Standard, they have that Twilight that's actually designed for low E, 10%.
Yeah, they're dark smoke film.
Yeah.
I've seen that. So for us, dual reflectives, because dual reflective is pretty much green lit for everything, unless you have a Surface 3.
Up to 35% or darker.
Yeah, well, Surface 3, we don't do any. If we read Surface 3, we don't do interior.
Okay.
Purely exterior, because even if the customer wants it to be interior, no matter what you're going to end up doing is you're going to end up having a ping pong effect on that piece of glass, and it's going to radiate more ambient heat inside the house. It's going to make the house hotter. So it doesn't get the job done. Yeah. Which we've been guilty of that before we started using the meter. Now that we use the meter, it is not so we don't break the window. That's how I used to look at it in the past, is that we had to have a meter, and my dad never bought it because the meters they're not cheap. They're like $1,700. Yep. And it was always like, my dad didn't want to pull the trigger on that expense, because all the films we used, we stayed in our lane with dual reflectives, spectrally selective 70, which is green lit across the board, and some stainless steel, so some other metallized films. The same thing. We would always stay, if you were looking at our glass check, our film to glass chart from SolarGuard, we were only selling films that literally were green lit all the way across. Didn't need approval for anything. End up finding out though, if you do run into the certain coatings, like, you are doing a disservice to your customer, because you're not solving their problem no more.
You're making it hotter.
You're making it hotter, or you're selling a spectrally selective film, like a Highlight 70, which is an IR reflector, not an absorber. If I put that on a dual pane Surface 2 low E triple silver, all I'm doing is taking your money, and I'm not improving the heat gain coefficient at all. Because the window's already doing it. That triple that low E coating is already holding out all that heat, and now you just put a film on that holds out that heat that's not making it to the film at all. So all I did was put a very expensive UV protection film on, and that's about it. So it's definitely one of those things now where you have to have the glass meter, because that's going to open it up to where you know which films to sell now. We had a bank that we went and my brother metered the windows, and it was Surface 3. And if I'm not mistaken, it was a hard coat Surface 3 too. And they already had a portion of the building tinted. And they're like, yeah, we got to do something about the heat. We're being crushed in the morning. You know, we got these windows tinted, but it's like hotter in this room. And my brother metered one of the windows that wasn't tinted. And he's like, well, this needs to be exterior. You have to go exterior, because if you're not going exterior, it makes sense why this room's hotter, because all it's doing is trapping the heat between the coating and the tint, and it's just throwing the heat back into your office. And the worst part was too, they're like 36.25 wide, and these guys just lined up a 36-inch roll, centered it up, fat old gaps on the side, in which there were 56-inch windows. So it's like, why didn't you just get a 5-foot roll and cut it? But
throw away the extra.
So we ended up removing all that, and because we were the only company that had a meter on us, and we literally could tell them like, hey, well, you can't do interior, because if your heat rejection's your problem, you can't do that. So we pitched them 2 different films. We pitched them exterior Prestige 20, because they wanted a high heat rejector, and we did a exterior dual reflective DX5 from SolarGuard. And they wanted to, but if they go the DX route, they were going to have to do the rest of their building. It's got to match, which I was kind of hoping they did, because we only did like maybe a quarter of the building. But then going with the Prestige 20, because it was a smoke black on the outside, and I think that ended up being like a $30,000 job, and we did a quarter of the building. But like majority of the biggest thing we're finding out now with all these high end windows, is more beneficial now to go exterior than anything else, especially on the commercial side.
Our local police department, they want us to tint a bunch of exterior windows, and it's like there's 6 windows. They're probably about 14 inches tall, 13 inches tall, but there's 6 of them, and then they go about 15 all the way across. So it's a ton of windows on both sides. And then the room where they put all the evidence, they want us to tint those too. It's all going to be exterior, so we're probably going to stick to the silver 20. It's exterior. Call it a day.
Can't go wrong with that.
Because one of the rooms is the 911 operator's room. So they have the lights off all day, all night, 24/7. But they're working in it.
And they need heat rejection. Silver 20s.
I'd love to do it on the inside, but they have bulletproof glass.
Oh,
8 feet from the floor.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. All the way across. And it's a huge building.
But the heat rejection they're going to see from that exterior film, because that's the other thing too. As soon as you start getting into the flat glass world, if you're on surface 4, depending on how you're pitching and selling your product, yes, the sheet says like a dual reflective is going to be anywhere from like 75 to 80% heat rejection. On a single panel, clear, 1/4-inch glass. As soon as you get the dual pane, it now drops to 60 something. So, I mean, I'm guilty of it. When I was younger, I would come in and say, this film can hold up to 79% heat rejection. It's not a false statement, but it's not painting the whole picture.
Correct.
It's not, well, technically, this is the type of window you have. This is what it's going to add to the window, because dual pane windows are already going to have heat rejection by themselves. Because it's got to pass through one piece, go through the space, go to the next piece. Then you start adding coatings in there. Then really you have to know what you're talking about, because as soon as you get to the low E triple silver, it's the heat gain coefficient is already through the roof. It's already holding out like 70+% heat of the infrared side. So now you got to attack the visible light, and you got to hit the reflection, not the absorption. Hop onto that side. Now it's like people are like, I want to keep all my light, but I want high heat rejection. I was like, well, your window is doing that. Only way I can go any further is you got to go down to at least a 30%. We can go dual reflective to 30%. Or I do have a clear film I can put on the exterior that we can attack the heat before it ever touches
the glass,
your low E coating.
Yeah, that's it.
And then I can improve it from there.
Call it a day. Yeah. A lot of people don't understand it. I'm barely getting myself into flat glass. Like, I'm trying to do some research on flat glass and everything. But we've done a little bit. Most of single pane. We do a lot of the illusion film, the mirror dark level on both sides. We do a lot of that. Frost. We do a lot of frost. Yeah, so we're getting into it little by little, but the thing is, I don't really have the crew to do that, because if we go to a building, I'd have to close my shop, So because there's only 3 of us, well, 4 of us if my son's with us on the weekends, but a lot of people don't want to get their tint done on the weekends.
So the biggest growth we had, or the best thing that I grew this year, that was kind of like my main focus, because we ended up hitting summer and our leads were through the roof. We were getting like 220 plus leads a week. We were booking, I think, around 80 to 90 consultations a week. Unfortunately, I lost a sales guy when everything was hitting us. So we brought someone on, started training him. My brother does all the flat glass consultations. And we had to like dial down on marketing, because we were just getting too much. And it's like, if I can't service every customer the way that they should be serviced, we have to dial it down. So we were about to have a labor problem, and then we ended up having a sales problem, because my brother he was doing 10 to 12 consultations a day. And like, he was on, before we brought on the second guy, he was doing it like, he had a good stint, I think 14, 20 days straight. Just because, I mean, talking to people. Yeah. He wanted, he wanted to make money. So he was going after it, and he's like, I'd have been fine. I'm like, dude, you'd be in a coffin. Like, you only redline for so long, and it's going to burn you out. It's not good for you. Then things start slipping, and like, I don't want anyone to have to operate like that. But we were going to have a labor problem. The one thing that I was able to do through this summer was build up a subcontracting network, to where the events that we go to begin with, when we go to compete at WFCT, or we go to Tinter Battles, or even WFR, the biggest thing, I mean, it's always fun competing. It's always fun to see how well you can do. But the biggest value from any of those things is the networking. Yeah, you get to talk to a bunch of people. Getting to know the installers. So now I've built out a fairly good size subcontract network, where I know if I landed a project big enough, I could like say 50,000 square feet. I know I have no issue getting a hold of about 10 to 20 installers if needed, to where and also the amount of companies out there that literally all they do is subcontract is, hey, just provide us the work. We don't want to deal with the selling bullshit. I have the team. I just need the project in front of me. That's to cool. Where now you can scale out that flat glass side. And that was the other reason why we started doing, we launched an academy. We do a flat glass academy, to where right now it's completely aimed at, I'm looking at auto installers that have been in the industry for at least, doesn't have to be 5 to 6 years, is kind of like the money spot, because someone who's been installing for 5 to 6 years, I can convert you into a flat glass installer fast. Piece of cake. Yeah. Very fast. So right now we're running a 3-day class where day 1 is sales and operations.
Okay.
Tint meter, how we use it, our glass meter, how we use it, how we pitch our products, and how we run into certain situations, and how we sell it, how we present ourselves to the customer to land the job. Then days 2 and 3 is the installation, and also how you walk into a home. Just like how you saying the guy walks up to your shop, sees the floor and goes, no.
Yep.
That like beyond your installation skills, there are numerous other things I require from my installers. When you walk up to someone's house, they don't ask you to take the shoes off. Shoes come off, or you put booties on.
Yeah.
Unless a customer is stopping you midway through taking your shoe off and they say, hey, don't worry about it. I got dogs. I don't care. You're good. But do not ask my customer if you can leave your shoes on.
Yeah.
Don't even put it in front of them, because now you're going to make them feel awkward. And like that's a non-negotiable for me. Is you walk in, shoes come off instantly. If we give them a 2-hour window, say you got to be there between 9 and 11. At 8:30, you better be letting them know exactly what time you are going to be there. Because if you're behind because you got in a little bit later, getting things set up, or you check the map and there's an accident, you know you're going to be later, call them and give them a tighter window within that 2 hours. Because I know when I book a service for my house, if you give me the service window, you show up at the end of that 2-hour service window. It would have been nice for you to let me know, like, hey man, I'm running behind, because it happens. I mean, we're in the service industry, so like I totally get it. Yep. If you're going to be at the end of that window, just let me know. Like, maybe I had to go to the store real quick, and I could have went hit the grocery store up real quick and got one of my things done for the day, instead of me just sitting here twiddling my thumbs.
Waiting,
yeah. And the worst is when you get to the end of that window, like, hey, we're running behind. I'm going to be like 30 minutes behind. It's like, dude, you could have called me. 2 hours. Yeah, you could have called me 2 hours ago and told me that. Like, I would have been.
People don't understand that. They don't understand that. It's crazy. I don't know how people don't understand that. Like, as soon as I get an appointment in my calendar, as soon as it hits, I call them and be like, hey, my name is JD. I saw your appointment. I saw your car. I'll see you here tomorrow. Blah, 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 blah. If your car's dirty, don't worry about it. We'll wash it, whatever.
Yep.
Like, it's all about the customer. So people don't understand that. They think it's just give me your money. I'll tint your window and have a nice day.
Oh,
yeah.
And that's the other reason why, like, I don't mind. Like, a lot of people, I've talked to some people that like want to send people to our class, but they're like, I really don't want them. I don't want them learning about the glass and the tint and selling. I just want the install part of it, which we are going to roll out classes just for that. Because we did get a huge, good group of people that are like, hey, I just want to learn and install. Like, I don't want to sell it. I'm not trying to open a business. I just want to be able to add it to my tool belt so I can either add it to the company I'm at, or I can go sub for people. And I'm like, I completely understand that. But like, I have people like, I don't want you to teach them that, because I don't want them to be my competitor. I'm like,
eventually
it's for me, I look at it like, the person I'm talking to, it's like, how hard it is to run a business. I know how hard it is to run a business. Do you think that they're going to be able, just because they know which film to put on type of window, do you think that they're going to be able to step out and all of a sudden they're going to hit with the real reality of like, hey dude, it's more than just installing film, inventory, your overhead, everything else that comes with, are you pricing it correctly? I mean, for flat glass, our prices right now, I would say typically through the industry, you're probably looking at about what, seven to like maybe high end for most people is $12 a square foot for a dual reflective. This summer and right now, we are between $18 to $25 for a dual reflective.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, see, like our competition is selling between 7 to 11. We're double everyone in our
yeah.
And like,
we were. I think for us, I try to stay depending on how much the cost of the film is. The roll, I try to stay between $12 to $17.
Yeah.
Which because it's just us.
Yeah, for me, my red line's $13.
Right.
I've got like if you get a project big enough, you're going to commercial setting. You have to be competitive, because contractor does not give two shits about the whole process in between. They just want to know that you're going to show up, you're going to give them a bid, get the job done for me. As soon as the building's being built, like it's got a 1-year warranty, and we're out of here. We don't care. We're a contractor. But for residential, it's got to be a decently sized house with enough windows for it to get anywhere near that price when it comes down to it. Like majority of the time, like we're nowhere near that price. We're at right now, I think maybe 16. Again, it still depends on square footage. Like if you got like 2 windows, it's $20.
Yeah.
$20 a square foot. Like I pay my guys a minimum. Like no installer wants to go do 25 square feet or 17 square feet when they're getting paid per square foot.
Yeah.
I guarantee all my installers 50 square feet
plus
per job, no matter what.
Yeah.
So you go do one window, 50 square feet.
Yeah.
You go do, like if you do 6 jobs in one day and you do 6 windows, you just made 300 square feet.
Yep.
And it has to be priced in a way to where it makes sense.
To make it, yeah. We, I remember I told you I lived here in Vegas a while ago. The company that I was working for out there over off of Decatur and Cheyenne, way over there.
I'm trying to think who would be in Decatur.
LV Tint Masters. I worked over there for a year and then another year. We actually, one of the big jobs that I landed was actually the North Las Vegas airport.
Oh,
we tinted all those windows.
Hell yeah.
Me and a guy named Hector, we tinted all those windows.
Those are the best jobs.
Yeah.
I mean, those are the big commercial jobs obviously are always the end goal is I want to go do the same window over and over again and do a couple thousand square feet. Like that's the goal.
We tinted an airplane too. One of those little Cessnas. We tinted one of those.
I've given some prices for planes and people want crystalline and I go to the window. I tell them like, hey, first off, this isn't glass. So as soon as I tint it, it's tinted for life.
It's Lexan.
Yeah. As soon as I walk away from this, I can't give you a warranty because it's in glass. Let you know. And they're like, oh, that's fine. And like, I want the best heat rejection. I'm like, all right, well, that's good. That's crystalline. I send them a price. I don't hear anything
back
because it's like I'm doing a small plane, like maybe like 8 windows and like the windshield. It's like I can do this windshield. It's going to have a seam up the middle because how curved it is, but I know I can do it. And there's a bar in the middle. It's like you're cool. It's like, yeah, I'm fine with that. All right, it's gonna be 2,000 crickets, and it's like, dude, I literally am gonna have to. It's gonna have to be either me or my brother that goes out because the skill has to be at the higher end to do one of those, and it's going to take me all day to do this correctly. I'm going to have to form it. I'm going to have to then also have glass out there with me to then same thing, take a marker, mark it, pre-cut it, put it in, make sure it fits. I'm always going to want to obviously cut it bigger and I'll work my way down. Like this isn't like something that I can whip out like a car. Give me a car, give me an hour, 20 minutes. I'll knock a car out.
Impossible.
Plane's going to take me the entire day. So it's either it's going to cost this much because it has to have enough profit for it to make sense, or I stay in my shop and I tint 3 cars and I hit that number like that.
Yep.
And I could be sitting around the rest of the day doing nothing. I mean, give me a Tesla with a full front end clear bra and crystalline on the whole car. That's a $3,800 car. I'd rather do that.
Yeah.
All day long.
What do you charge your full front ends?
Anywhere from, if it's a smaller vehicle, about $2,300.
Tesla Model 3.
Model 3, $2,300.
That's not bad.
Yeah. $2,300.
$1,900 for me. 3M.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Now, see, it's a funny price. So my Solar Guard is $2,300. My 3M's $2,700.
Really? I could never get anybody to pay that. I think the only car that we actually did complete, and I had initially charged her $6,000, was a Corvette Stingray convertible.
Yeah,
and I charged her $6,000, and she beat me down to $5,000. So all right, we'll do it. So we did it for $5,000, and it was a nice. Well, yeah, we do a lot of full front ends, full hood, full fenders, full front bumpers. You guys do wraps here too? I'm assuming. Like color change?
Not anymore.
No,
I ripped it away.
Really?
Pain in the ass.
Yeah.
The clientele that I'm pushing towards, I'm not going to be any cheaper than about $4,000 ever. And then I hit them with, oh yeah, your hood and your roof, it's got a 1-year warranty on it. Are you guys in the Southwest region where the warranty is absolute dirt?
We're in LA, Los Angeles.
Yeah, so you're probably in with us to where like, say, I can't offer a 7-year warranty or a 10-year warranty.
We don't even do the warranty. I just straight up tell them, you know what, if you want to get it done, it's going to cost you $2,500, and there's absolutely no warranty.
Taillight warranty.
Yeah,
soon as I stop as soon as I don't see them taillights no more.
Oh, taillight. I call it.
It's gone.
I call it the 10-10. 10 feet or 10 seconds, whatever comes first.
That's a good one too. That's good too.
10 feet or 10 seconds, whatever comes first.
Yeah, no, it's for me with the color change. It's a majority of the time people are wanting like, hey, I want my whole inside of my door done. I want this done and that done. And I'm like, I don't think you know what you're asking for because I got to take your car apart. If I got to take your car apart, that means I'm getting a auto shop involved. Yep. That's going to be at least $1,500 to $2,000 to rip your car apart and put it back together.
Yeah, we had a customer. We had to get an Audi technician on his time off to come out and take off door panels or take off doors. Like he literally came in, took off doors, everything, and then we had to hire him to put it back on. Yep. Never do that ever again.
Yeah. I ran into one vehicle that I was taking wrap off of. And at first it was for a friend. And I was like, oh, I'll be done by the end of the day. Dropped it off. And I didn't open any of the doors or check it because it just looked like, oh, it's a wrap. And I start pulling it off. And all of a sudden I open his doors and realized like, oh my God, dude, it was an Escalade. They took all the doors off. They went into all the jams. They went behind everything. They wrapped literally everything. It was like a satin, like burgundy color, and then underneath it was white. And as I started pulling it apart, I realized I hit him up. I was like, "Hey man, so like majority of this is done. You're gonna have to take this back to wherever you got it done because they took your car apart. I don't do that. Yeah, I was like, I'm not a mechanic shop. I don't do that. I don't offer it. And it's just not happening.
I think I have enough. I think I have enough know it all to be able to take apart an Escalade. I probably could do it. I wouldn't like to, but I probably could.
I could have done it.
Yeah.
But the time it would have taken me away.
You could have done something else. Yeah. But see, we're not. We're trying to be a one-stop shop. Audio, wheels, tires, suspensions, accessories, everything. We try to do everything. Because like I said, I'm an installer. That's what I do. Renee and Gio and Fish, they take care of the tinting. I want to take stuff apart and put it back together. That's what I want to do.
No. I did that with my vehicles when I was younger. I paid for I paid for my first stereo system when I was 17. Had the audio shop did it and do it, and then after that, I never paid someone again. I did it myself.
Do it yourself,
especially when I ripped through that truck and looked how they did it. When they would charge me for actually running wire through the whole vehicle, and I realized all they did was clip my original wires. And I was pissed. Yeah. When I finally realized what I was looking at, and I did all my own research, I'm like, you sons of
mother.
Oh yeah. Oh, I was hot because because I bought all my own equipment. I brought it to them, and they just charged me for installation. And I talked to them beforehand, like, yeah, that's fine.
They did the front to back tagging or something for the 4-channel. It's horrible. Yeah.
Yeah, you live and learn. And then so I started ripping my own stuff apart, and I did enjoy doing that. But no, I found myself tending to rip things away from auto. Like I took away the color change wraps. I do commercial wraps because we have the printer. Yeah. So I do all that in house. And also I want to go after fleet. I'm cool with a commercial vehicle because when someone's got their commercial van, not to say that I'm going to treat it any different, but there's a big difference between, say, like a Ford Transit and then an Audi. There's a huge difference in what the customer's looking at there. Ford Transit, they want their name to look clean. They want a fresh, clean install.
Has to be straight.
Yeah. Yeah. I can do that. The guy with the Audi who thinks that he's putting on a protection film because it's a wrap and it's like, oh, I should protect my paint. I'm like, no, you can still get rock chips on this thing. It's still going to tear through. It's like, we did one Audi, I think it was like $4,500, and we changed it. I want to say it was black, and we changed it to red. And I think within 3 months, they brought it back to us, and they're like, just take it off, please. Because they kept getting little dings, and they kept ripping up the vinyl, and they're like, yeah, we made a mistake. Just take it off for us, please. And I was like, all right, no problem.
I got a phone call from someone here in Vegas. He's actually a really, how can I say this? He's a famous actor, and his manager reached out to me, and she was like, "Hey, so and so told me about you, and I know you're in California, but we're in Vegas, and I need you to come pick up his Audi Q7, and we're gonna wrap it, we're gonna do wheels, we're gonna do this, that, and the other." And I was like, "Okay." I got here. It turns out it was Dennis Haysbert. He's with Allstate. Allstate. Remember that guy?
Oh shit!
Yeah, he lives over here in not Summerlin. Over here off. Like St. Rose Parkway, but on that side, the rich side.
I know what you're talking about, Southern Highlands.
Yeah. I went over here. I picked up his truck. I brought like a ton of swatches. I didn't know what to expect. I brought a ton of swatches, and he actually flew me out here. He flew me and my wife. I told her like, "Hey, you want to go to Vegas for the weekend?" So he flew us out, and we went and picked up his car, and I threw out all the swatches. We were literally outside of his house and just threw out swatches, and he was like, "Oh, I really like this color," and he picked a Dodger blue. And I was like, "Oh, that's nice." I go, "Yeah, let's go ahead and do that one." He goes, "All right, cool." He goes, "You want to see my Raptor?" And I'm like, "Sure." Thought nothing of it. He opens his garage door, and the Raptor is the exact same color. Not even joking. It's the exact same color. So I told him like, "Hey, do you want me to do door jams?" Or just like, no, just the exterior. He had stock wheels. The wheels were all tore up, so I had to send him to get fixed and powder coated black. All the emblems were done in black. We did the crystalline window tint every single window. He didn't want to upgrade the sound, which is good. It was a diesel, but yeah, we got that whole project done in about 3 weeks, and then we drove it back. I actually towed it back with my Silverado. I put it up on a trailer and I towed it back with my Silverado. And I gave him his car. He was so happy. He was like, and that's kind of like, he was also telling me like, I guess his friend is a Raider. I'm not a Raider fan. So
I'm a Kansas City Chiefs fan. I absolutely hate the Raiders.
I'm not a Kansas City Chiefs fan either. Mahomes is all right, but
San Diego?
No, nothing, bro.
I was gonna say I can't say San Diego anymore. It's LA Chargers.
Yeah, no, it's I was actually a hardcore Green Bay Packers fan, and then when Rodgers left, I kind of just whatever. It just wasn't worth following. It was either because I was born in Michigan State, so it was either the Lions or Green Bay. And I went with Green Bay.
Oh, I'd hop on the Lions bandwagon. What Dan Campbell's doing with that team is amazing.
Yeah, that was the good old days. But yeah, it's like his friend who was a Raider saw it, and he wanted me to do his what is it, the expensive Lamborghini, is it Huracan, Aventador, the expensive one. I don't remember, but yeah, he wanted it in Raiders colors. But he hit me up for it. So waiting on that one. And that one I'm gonna have to send somebody like to pick it up, put it in the trailer, and take it.
Tow it back.
So I'm not gonna drive that shit. I can't do it.
Yeah, no, that's too big of a.
It'd be fun.
It'd be fun
as hell, but I can't do it. I can't. Do it. And right now, I deal with a lot of famous musicians out in California. They bring their cars and they like my shop because since I'm around the back, I'm kind of hidden. So they can just chill. They can be normal. They can be normal people while we're working on their cars. Yeah. A lot of Mexican singers. So it's pretty cool. I like it. You know?
Yeah, no, that's definitely a market where it's definitely, you have to get your foot in the door with one person, and that's how you get into that network.
Yeah.
And we've been pretty lucky in the fact.
It's amazing how they just say one word like, oh yeah, and then boom. Next thing you know is like everybody.
Yeah, no, we ended up getting lucky. We were doing a house in a neighborhood in Seven Hills, so southern Henderson, and we were going back to replace a window that had broken. She lived facing a golf course, and she was high up there. But she had a 5 by 10 foot single panel glass that was about 14 feet in the air that we tinted. I want to say it was probably about 5 to 6 years prior, and it broke. So they had the glass company out there. They set up the whole scaffolding. They're like, hey, the scaffolding's here. Do you guys want to come do it now? And we're like, yes. Went out. I went up there. I replaced the window. As I was going outside to go put something away, a guy across the street is sitting outside smoking. He's like, hey, can you guys come give it? I need we'll get a price to get some windows tinted. I'm like, sure. I walk in and tell my dad, hey, guy across the street wants a price to get some windows tinted in his house. Dad goes over there. I finish doing what I'm doing. As I'm coming, like getting down off the scaffolding, my dad's like, I need you to come take a look. I need your opinion. As we're walking, he goes, so that's Tyson's house. I'm like, yeah. I was like, nah. He's like, yes, it is. We walk in. As soon as you walk through the double doors, first thing off to the left is a statue of Tyson. It's like just like him. And then all of a sudden, my dad's pointing out the window because it was a high up window. He's wanting to get my opinion how we kind of go after it. And then all of a sudden, I hear in the background, I hear Tyson's voice, which you knew as soon as you heard it. It's like, that's Tyson. That's Mike Tyson. Yeah. So we ended up starting with one window. We ended up tinting like the whole front side and the back side of his house. And that was a fun project. And
did he have a lion or a tiger?
No, this was right before he went into, this is right before he got the role in Hangover.
Okay.
And I think, unfortunately, this was like literally like, I think a couple weeks after he lost his daughter. She had an accident on treadmill, got caught up on a treadmill. Yeah, it was like when my dad told me that, when that happened, I was like, damn. But he was super cool. He was super nice. He was in the house, I think, for like the third stage we went back, and I was just there by myself finishing up some windows, and like all the things about him, like history buff, dude loves history. Yeah, like I had one conversation with him when all of a sudden he was watching the History Channel, and he asked me about it, and then we started shooting the shit and started talking about Alexander the Great and all this, and that's how he taught himself how to read was history books. Wow, that's why he loves history.
But doesn't it trip you out? Okay, it's always tripped me out. These people that have millions and millions and millions can do whatever the hell they want, bro. Like treat you however, are so humble. Yeah, that's crazy, right?
He was extremely nice. I very much enjoyed.
I have never met a conceited or a stuck up famous person ever, which is crazy. I'm pretty sure there are some, but I haven't met one yet.
I don't think I have either. Yeah. Majority of the people, because we did Francis and Gagne's house. He has a house out here. We've tinted his house twice because where he bought his house, the builder had to replace all the glass in the house. So the builder had to pay us to go retint the glass after the fact, which was fine with us. Like, well, we got the measurements.
Yeah.
Let's go back out again.
I went. There was this person that I tinted. I've tinted all of her cars. She's actually a really, really good friend of mine. And I'm not going to say her name. She's amazing. She knows she's amazing. She's always been great with me. And I remember one time she's like, hey, I have this combo trailer. I need you to do some lighting and alarm system, cameras, everything. The thing is 40 feet long, and it's split right down the middle. And on one side is hair and makeup. And then the other side, hair and makeup, and like you can literally cut hair, do whatever you need to do on this side. And the other side is wardrobe. So we did the XK glow lighting all the way underneath, all the way around. We did the surround sound system inside, everything. And then she says, hey, you want to see something cool? And I was like, yeah, sure, because we're in this big building. And we saw, I don't know, I think she said, and I don't remember, it was a long time ago. I think it was John F. Kennedy's limousine parked in the garage. And you know what was right in front of it? The orange RX-7 from Fast and the Furious.
Oh, that's bitching.
Yeah, I was like, oh, can I take pictures? He's like, I wouldn't do it. Like, yeah, okay, never mind.
You take it, but if we see the photo anywhere, you're
and it's just crazy the stuff you see with the people you deal with. And super humble lady. I love her to death. We're actually gonna have dinner at 6 o'clock, or later tonight, not 6 o'clock, later tonight. But yeah, it's because she lives here in Vegas now. But it's just crazy how these people treat you like anybody else.
Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's funny. Like my dad did when we were in California. He did Hulk Hogan's house.
Okay.
I tinted Mike Tyson's house, and my brother tinted Francis Ngannou's house.
Okay.
So it's it's fun. We got Nick Carter from the Backstreet Boys. We lucked into during COVID. All of a sudden, they were having a string of burglaries and stuff in the neighborhood. So his wife reached out to us.
Security film. Yeah. No, I did Kid Frost. We tinted Kid Frost Mercedes. He's a Chicano rapper. We did for the company I worked at before, we did Sandra Bullock's GL 550, the Mercedes. Yeah, she came in like nothing. She was wearing a hat and some glasses. And then I sold her on the product. She ended up doing crystalline all the way around, and then she had us do carbon limo on top of it.
Until they come out with that darker crystalline.
Yeah, because she was like, and she called me on the phone too. She was like, "Oh yeah, I need to get my windows tinted because I'm so sick and tired of people always trying to take pictures of me." And I'm thinking to myself, "Okay, conceded. Like, yeah, come through. I got it. I got you." Once I figure out, like, all
right, it checks out.
You're good. You're good. Yeah, she ended up buying the whole crew lunch, which was awesome.
Yeah,
one of the shops I worked at before. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it's always fun running into people like that and having those experiences.
Yeah, you never know who you're going to talk to. So,
that's the biggest thing too. Is some people that you'll talk to, you don't even realize, like, you think like, oh, they ain't got nothing, and then all of a sudden they show up with like a $300,000 car, and then you go to their house and you're like, well, I am happy that I did not treat, I didn't judge the book by its cover. That's for certainty.
10 car garage, and you're looking. There's Maseratis, there's Ferraris, there's Mercedes Benz. Like, wow.
We did a gentleman. I'll withhold his name. He's like a top 50, which I didn't realize he's a top 50 resident of Nevada when it comes to like the donations and stuff. He does for Nevada, and we ended up getting in with him because we did Carroll Shelby Mustangs. So we've done Cobra, should I say? We've tinted. He had a couple homes out here. He had a house in Bel Air. We did all of his houses out here. He had us come out to Bel Air. We tinted his house in Bel Air, and when we were in Bel Air, I actually got to meet him. But that's how we ended up getting this guy, is that they were friends. And where this dude lives in Vegas, his downstairs is like this gigantic garage. And like they were going through showing us, oh, well, this is the first, was it the GT 500 Cobra? This was the ground shaker. He had number 2. And he's like, and then it had like no miles on it. Wow. And it was pretty much one of those things like, the wife doesn't really like driving it because how much power it has. And it's like, it had vehicles like that scattered everywhere, memorabilia all over the walls and stuff. And they're the same thing as like, you can look, just, hey, no pictures.
Nice.
And we're like, you got it.
Yeah.
No problem at all.
No meta glasses.
No same thing, bought us lunch that day, and like super nice.
Super humble, super cool. Yeah, I think that's pretty awesome. Yeah, same thing here. I get there and my buddy will be like, "Hey, bro, come on stage." And we're like, okay, we get up on stage and there's a bunch of famous singers, and I'm just like going crazy. But one of the things I figured out is they just want to be treated like everybody else.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
Yeah. They don't like paparazzi.
Yep.
That's it. Yeah. I figured that out. Yeah.
So they just want to be taken care of. Just take care of it.
That's all. Do your thing. That's what I always tell my guys. Like, hey, I told my son, like, bro, you never know who you're talking to.
Yes.
You never know who you're talking. You never know who they know.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah. You never know who they know.
That is the biggest thing. You don't know who they know and what doors will be open because of
it. Them. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So what is there to do here in Vegas besides gamble?
Drink.
I don't want to drink.
Party. I mean, majority of stuff on the strip, any Vegas local, you were out here for a bit. Like,
yeah, I know, but everything I did is gone.
Well, hold on. So technically, you have Sandbox. You can go to Area 15.
Been there and did it already. All of it. My fat butt found the skinny places to jump into, and it was hard to get through. Because I was local, but everything that I did when I was local is gone.
Yeah.
Texas Station is gone.
Yep.
The other one that was in front of it is gone.
I would still stay in stations. Red Rock is awesome.
But the buffets are gone.
Are they?
Yeah, all of them. Yeah.
Shows you how much I pay. Shows you how much I pay attention to.
All of them are gone. Bro, I used to love the Texas Station buffets.
It was amazing. The strips buffets are still open, but at the same time, like I avoid the strip like a plague.
Main Street buffet is pretty good if you're ever in that area. Right. Yeah, I like it. But I'm just trying to figure, because we're here. We're going to be at a car show tomorrow. I came with my car club, Mopar Toys. Shout out to Steven, who was talking shit about his rap. he went to a like mediocre shop and we had to fix his wrap. And there's like, look, bro, it's lifting. Like, dude, I told you, come back 7 days later. We're not driving the truck. And he actually couldn't drive it because his water pump gave out. So, but yeah, we're going to be here tomorrow. We have a car show for our boy Slaytona, beat cancer, and then had a heart attack. So now we're going to go support because I actually didn't even know who he was until they introduced me to him in Laughlin. And I had just gotten into the car scene with my Dodge Ram, my Rumblebee. And he gave me my first trophy, which was crazy. It was like a little trophy, like a little participation trophy thing. And then I just threw it in my truck. Said, whatever, you know. And then I've heard he passed. I'm like, no, now it means a lot.
Yeah,
that was the first one. And then I won another one later, but I don't even bring that one. It's just sitting in the back of the truck. But his, I always have it right there. So awesome. We're going to be doing that tomorrow from 4 to 9, I think, tomorrow.
So, I mean, honestly.
We're staying here in Henderson, which is the first I've ever done. We're probably gonna go have dinner. I'm thinking the Win right now. I want to go to the Win to the
good buffet.
The buffet, yeah, I know.
What else is there to do around besides the Strip?
That's about it.
I mean, if the Knights are in town, go to a hockey game, but I don't think they are. They played last night.
Oh, well, my friend, the one we're gonna have dinner with, she lives. Her neighbor at the top of the hill is the owner for the Knights.
So we did one of the minority owners for the Knights. That it's like he had a signed picture of Wayne Gretzky when he was a kid, and like we walked in and we ended up finding out. And then also the memorabilia. I was like, yeah, this all checks out. Yeah, he was one of the minority owners of the Knights. Yeah. But yeah, no,
her house is here, and then he's at the top of the plateau.
Yeah,
and it's the whole mountain. And I'm looking up there like, damn, like we're swimming in her pool. We're like, damn, it's a big house.
Yeah, no, what they're doing to Black Mountain right now. We've been at the top. We have a house that actually, I think it's next week, if I'm not mistaken. I have a smart film install that I have to go do. And like as I was driving up to it, I'm like, oh my God, I got to keep driving up. And then I get to the top. I'm just like, damn, dude, they're building everything up here.
Up there? Yeah. Yeah.
There's certain homes. There'll be 1 or 2 homes now that can actually look into the valley and you can turn around and you can look backwards
and everything
behind
have you seen sorry, changing the subject completely, have you seen that film that changes colors?
Smart film?
I don't know what it's called because a lot of people want it for their cars where we actually installed some. It wasn't tint, but it was on the headlights, so that when the sun hit it they were dark, but when the sun didn't hit it was clear. Yeah, the transitional
film. I've seen it. I haven't got my hands on any of it.
You haven't used any of it?
I can't say if it's good or bad, but I've seen it.
People want it for their cars. Yeah,
I mean, I think they'll be eventually. To me, like I'll equate that to smart film, but for the auto side is having a transition film. The only thing I've heard about transition films though is that depending on what market you're in, it's going to fail quickly or it can fail quickly, especially like say Vegas with the high heat we have.
High heat, yeah,
it can deteriorate. Right. But I also could see the technology is going to get better. I mean, smart film used to be, it's still ungodly expensive. But like I'd say about 2 years ago, you're charging $250 a square foot. Now you probably still charging like 120, 130 because I mean the product itself is about $50 a square foot, and then you got to get an electrician involved. It's a pain in the ass.
It's a switch.
It's a switch.
Well, I got the electrician. My son-in-law's an electrician.
I stay away from that like the plague. The only time I install this stuff is a security company that we do business with. I do all their wraps for their fleet. They sell it, they buy it, they take all the liability, they pay me. I think it's $20 a square foot to come in and stick it. That's it.
Cool.
So I don't do anything else but come in and stick it.
Call it a day.
Yep. And that stuff you gotta be careful because as soon as you put a crink in it, any kind of little pinch, throw it away.
The whole thing.
Oh yeah, because you can't get it out. Because you gotta think about it. That film actually has the particle charge between it
on the inside.
There is no flattening it. It's done for. And you gotta stick it. You gotta stick it dry. It's like a big ass screen protector.
Yeah.
That you have to slowly put on swipe by swipe, and it's. My brother's always trying to get us into it. Like he's like, let's do a display up front and sell. I'm like, I've had people call and ask me like, hey, I want to do one window in my bathroom. I'm like, hey, I'm just gonna let you know right now, it's gonna be about $5 to $6 grand. They're like, what? I'm like, all right, let me break down what's gonna have to happen. And I start breaking everything down. They're like, do you sell frost? I'm like, I sure do. I sure do.
As soon as you said you sell frost, I got you.
I can do it. I can do it for like 400, $5 grand.
$5 grand.
Pick one. And then 400's fine.
Yeah.
No.
We get the same thing, man. I just think, like I said, in Southern California, it's just a race to zero. And it's getting kind of scary, to be honest with you.
No, that's not, it's unfortunately not surprising. I know like winter right now, obviously winter's being winter at the moment. We're getting ahead of it by pushing a lot more organic marketing. That's the one lever we haven't pulled, and I haven't had time to do it. So now that is my job. And beyond it being winter, I'm going to continue doing it throughout the entire, doing it 365 every single day of the year, putting out a new piece of content, no matter what, just trying to pitch and sell.
Are you going to SEMA?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. We will be we're going to be at SolarGuard's booth.
Okay.
They are setting up as much as a room as they possibly can. We're going to be bringing all this stuff down with us, and beyond, we'll be sitting down recording podcasts. We're also going to be doing demonstrations for flat glass at the same time.
Cool.
Just drop roll.
I'm going to bring my son. Things. My son is coming with me this year. Fish. He's going to come with me this year because he's been wanting to come for the last 5 years, but he's crazier and crazier. Yeah. So I'm going to bring him this year so we can go for a walk and he can see. He said, I'm going to put you on the map. We're like, yeah, good luck with that.
It's from one event I would say go to, especially, unfortunately, there's no auto spots to compete anymore. But one thing I say go to Tint Battles.
Tint Battles, I heard of. Is that in Florida?
It's in Houston this year.
Houston? Okay.
And it's on the 10th, 11th of January. You can just buy a general admission ticket, and they're doing a bucket pull for the heat shrink battles. So it's just random pulls. So who's going to get in the heat shrink? The auto division's already sold out. Flat glass division's still open at the moment, but what content you can get from that, say if your boy gets pulled for the shrink, and what you can get from that. My biggest video I have is Tint Battles made it and put it out and collabed with us. It's got almost 18 million views on Instagram. It's got like 27 million views on Facebook. And what Carlos is doing is people give him a lot of shit. If you actually have a real conversation with him, not look at his Instagram and think that's who he is, you realize that the dude knows what he's talking about when it comes to it. His biggest thing is adding the entertainment value to your content, because that's what spreads out your name. And the biggest thing is getting your name out in front of everyone, making that brand get out there. And I look forward to that event because it's fun to compete, and the networking down there is a blast. It's
crazy. Yeah. They invited us. They invited Renee, all expenses paid, when it was in Florida, and he didn't want to go.
That's the first one I went to.
No, the one in Florida?
Yep. Yeah. It's the first one I went to, where it's like I was on the edge with my opinion about Carlos, especially like the first 2 years that I got to know him. Unfortunately, I took his character at face value on Facebook, and then as soon as he started talking about flat glass and how he was going to compete in flat glass, I was like, dude, you just entered my realm. Because at the time I had won twice already, to where it's like, I never talk shit about auto because I've never won anything in auto. I know I'm a great installer when it comes to auto, but I won't say anything until I have something to put behind it.
Yeah.
Flat glass wise, I know I can now. I've been able to win WFCT 4 times. So when it comes to flat glass, that's another reason why we did the academy, is like we have the credentials to push behind it.
Yeah.
So
how long does it take you to do a car by yourself?
In my prime? 45 minutes.
Yeah, that's about right. Yep.
So it also depends on car.
Yeah.
Certain cars I can rail through.
Pull sweeps and all that stuff.
I don't pull sweeps.
No, you don't? Well, we do.
I bottom load, but I don't pull sweeps.
Okay. Yeah, we do. We do.
Yeah, I'm not knocking pulling sweeps. If a sweep is able to be pulled out and it's quick, Honda Civics, boop, pull out instantly. I'm not going to do that, but you give me like a Mercedes or something like that, I'll bottom load.
Well, we take off the whole door panel. We take off the whole door panel.
No, which again, I avoid that like the plague. Only because like I feel I've gotten to the point where I use the easy reach and I'm able to fish that in and make it look like you did that.
Is that the one that it clips in? And
no.
The easy reach. Oh, because I know they have that tool that.
That thing is that expel thing. That thing's too big and bulky.
Oh, that one.
I'll use I can use this blue one, but I'll either use they have a red one or the gold and silver ones. So I was using paddles at first, and then I got to the point where I started using a card, and it took me a while to get the technique down.
Renee uses like this little yellow spatula looking one. It's a little tiny. It's really thin.
Yep. So I started off with the spatula, and then I eventually went to a hard card after I couldn't find the spatula that I liked a lot. Yeah. And that's I'm the only person I ever saw do that before 2012 was the guy who worked for us for about 14 years. He used metal spatulas, and the dude was probably he would hand cut and install a vehicle in about 30 to 40 minutes.
Wow.
Fastest time I've ever seen in my life. His name's Rod. He now works for one of the companies around us, but he worked for us for 14 years. I got my speed from him. I got my quality from my dad. My dad's slow as a snail. Yeah. He's terribly slow, but perfect. Yeah. As close to perfect as you can get.
That's how Renee is.
So it was one of those things where I've always picked and choose. I've gotten lucky growing up in a tint shop because I started installing when I was about 12 years old. 14 was when I really started. Like I did my first house when I was 14. I could be passed off as a 16-year-old. My dad just left me in a house to tint a house. So it's like I've gotten to grow up with seeing so many different installers. So picked and choose the things I wanted to use. And then as soon as I started going to competitions, that's where I really elevated my installation, was watching all the top installers compete and then see how they do things.
That's the only way to get better.
And then ask questions. And iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
Like, it took me, I started competing in 2012. I won my first one in 2015. Won again in 18, and then in 23 and 24, I was able to go back to back. And then this year, I was going for the 3-peat, and I made the finals. And I ended up finally got our scores back because I didn't podium. I took 4th.
Oh.
Which, making the finals 3 years in a row, top 8 in the world, I'm good with that. Like, I've got zero problem with that. The guy who won is an absolute killer. It's not if, it's when he was going to win. And like even the 2 guys above him, Marcus and Flat Glass Joe, both those guys, it's not if, it's when they'll win. I know they will win that competition because they are that good. Yeah. It's just who had a better day. It's a lot of
practice. Yeah. No, my oldest son, he started tinting when he was 9. And right now he was working for a shop out in Tennessee. He was their sole tinter. He was doing real good. And then my younger son, Fish, he started tinting when he was 7. And right now he's 16. So, and he loves it. Like, he loves it.
You gotta get him in the competitions. It'll be fun.
I mean, he's got a little bit of practice.
Put him in now.
He gets nervous by himself.
Even better, let him get through. He'll get to go through that, and then he'll understand what nerves are. Because even I've been doing it for 2 decades, and I still go. And even you can look at the videos I got put out of me in the finals, where like Carlos and David are saying like, oh, like he's not shaking at all. And like one person pointed out, it was like his hand, I forget what she said, but it was a hilarious comment. And like I looked at the video because I saw the same thing. I'm like, I don't know what those two are talking about. My hand was shaking before each one of those starts of the cuts. And I've been doing this my entire life because you have all the eyes on you. Everyone's crowded around you, staring at you. And like that competition, no headphones, no nothing, no talking. So it's like really strict. So it's like you can't even like kind of use the energy of the crowd because the crowd can't talk to you. They're not supposed to be. And you literally tell anyone who's supporting you, like, don't talk to me. You talk to me, I can get disqualified. Just shut up. You point out anything to me, I'm going to get disqualified. No matter what. But that's why I say go to Tint Haus. Tint Haus, the environment. I would start with that one. It's because it's just a lot more of you get to feed off the crowd. It's more of, I would say.
I've seen some of those on the Window Tint 313 page on Facebook. I've seen it. I want to bring my son to SEMA this year to see, you know how they give you the windows and you try out their film. I want to see how he does.
Swing
that
by
first.
Solar Guard's booth. I'll walk off it. We'll go do. I know 3M does a shrink one. They do a paint protection one. I know Expel does a shrink one. If they're still going to do it the same, it'll be a half of a Tesla 3 back window. They have it laid down and they do a speed shrink on it. I think someone got it done like 40
I'm pretty quick
seconds.
at shrinking. I'm really, really good at shrinking, but it has to be that gold, like that one gold hard card with the 2 little like ribs in the middle. I have to use that hard card or I'll just totally mess it up.
If you're putting a hard card to the tint, you're not going to win. You got to shrink and hope it lays.
By itself?
Well, as soon as it lays down, and then they'll check it real quick to make sure that it'll be squeegeed out. That's usually where those guys are getting those times down to. Oh, wow. It's crazy. Yeah, no, I think my fastest time on a back window was 3.5 minutes. And see, like Johnson does a bug back window. I have, and this is prepped window, shrink, cut, installed. I'm talking about shrink, cut, install, bug back window, 2 minutes and 38 seconds.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, I just shrink back windows. I'm not very good at laying up. Like I said, I just my hands were just never really designed to be manipulating tint. So that's why I said it's stomach hands. You know, I'll tear shit apart and put it back together in a heartbeat, but I just can't. For some reason, tint just. We'll
be down there at SEMA. Definitely swing by Solar Guard. We'll be there.
I'll see you.
I'll venture off. I know we're going to do a couple of demos during the day, and then we're going to be doing the podcasting thing at the same time. A little joint venture with them. So swing by, dude. I really appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me, man.
I definitely want to have you come out again and have a conversation. This is a fun conversation. My brother had to dip out. Unfortunately, his daughter is her first homecoming. So
that's important.
He's got to go have a little talk with the gentleman who's taking her.
He's gonna bust out a Bad Boys. Or
Who are you? He's like, dude. I was like, dude, you can't miss that go. Family.
My daughter kind of pulled the same thing on me. She's like, oh, my friend Damien wants to take you guys to dinner.
Friend who?
Yeah, exactly. What did he do? Yeah, he already messed up my car. But yeah, it's all good. I appreciate you having me, man. Thank you. Like I said,
where can people find you? What are your handles? Where can they find you?
So you can find me on Instagram at Tint _Haus is HAUS _audio, and TikTok is same thing. Tint _Haus _audio. And and we're in Southern California, El Monte, California. The what is it? The friendly city of El Monte, California. So that's where we're at. Come through and see us.
Well, guys, you know how this works. Thanks for following along for another episode. Stick around for the next one. Have a good one.